False statements can spread quickly, especially through social media, email, or word of mouth. Even if they are completely untrue, they can damage someone's personal reputation, professional career, or relationships. Before a dispute escalates into legal action, it's often important to respond formally and clearly. That's where a defamation response letter can help. A defamation response letter is a formal letter used to respond to false or damaging statements made by another person. Its purpose is to deny inaccurate allegations, request that the statements stop, ask for corrections if necessary, and create a written record showing that the issue was addressed. Today, we're going to break down a professional defamation response letter step by step so you understand exactly how to write one. Sender information. At the top of the letter, we have the sender's full name, address, email address, and phone number. This section identifies who is sending the letter and provides contact information should the recipient need to respond. Always make sure these details are accurate and up to date. Date. Next, we have the date, July 9, 2026. Including the date is important because it establishes when the letter was sent. This creates a clear timeline of events and may be useful if the dispute continues or requires formal documentation later. Recipient information. Below the date, we have the recipient's name and address. Including the recipient's information ensures that the letter is directed to the correct individual and makes the correspondence more formal and properly documented. Subject line. Next comes the subject line. Subject, response to false and defamatory statements. The subject clearly tells the recipient why the letter has been sent. A direct subject line helps eliminate confusion and immediately identifies the purpose of the correspondence. Salutation. Then we have the greeting. Dear Mr. Morris, this is a professional and respectful way to begin the letter. Even when addressing a disagreement, maintaining a respectful tone helps the letter appear more credible and appropriate. Opening paragraph. Now let's move into the first body paragraph. This paragraph immediately explains why the letter is being written. It states that the sender believes false statements have been made and explains that those statements may be damaging the sender's reputation. The paragraph says, I am writing in response to statements that you have recently made concerning me, which I believe are false and have the potential to harm my personal and professional reputation. This is a strong opening because it identifies the issue clearly without using insulting or emotional language. Explaining the concern. The next paragraph provides additional details about the situation. This section explains that the statements have been shared with others, confirms that the sender believes they are inaccurate, and describes the impact they have had. It helps the recipient understand why the matter is serious. The paragraph reads, It has come to my attention that you have communicated allegations about my conduct to several individuals. These statements are inaccurate, do not reflect the facts, and have caused me significant concern. I take my reputation seriously and believe it is important to address this matter promptly and directly. This paragraph works well because it focuses on the facts and the effect of the statements rather than making personal attacks. Request to stop the statements. Next comes one of the most important parts of the letter. This section clearly explains what the sender wants the recipient to do. Rather than simply complaining, it requests that the false statements stop and asks the recipient to correct any inaccurate information that has already been shared. The paragraph says, I respectfully request that you immediately cease making or repeating any false statements about me. If any inaccurate information has already been shared with others, I also ask that you take reasonable steps to correct the record and clarify that the statements were not accurate. This paragraph is clear, specific, and respectful, while communicating exactly what action is expected. Desire for an amicable resolution. The following paragraph explains the sender's intention. In many situations, it is beneficial to show that you are trying to resolve the matter peacefully before considering stronger action. This demonstrates professionalism and a willingness to communicate. The paragraph reads, My intention is to resolve this matter amicably and without further conflict. I believe that open and respectful communication is the best way to prevent misunderstandings and avoid unnecessary harm to those involved. This section helps reduce unnecessary hostility while encouraging cooperation, formal notice and reservation of rights. Now let's look at the next paragraph. This section formally notifies the recipient that the sender is protecting their reputation while also making it clear that they reserve any legal rights available if the situation continues. The paragraph says, "Please understand that this letter is intended to protect my reputation and to formally notify you of my concerns. I hope we can resolve this issue privately and professionally. However, I reserve all rights and remedies available to me should the false statements continue or result in further harm." This paragraph is effective because it remains professional while making it clear that the sender takes the matter seriously. Closing paragraph. Finally, we have the closing paragraph. This section thanks the recipient for their attention and expresses hope that the matter can be resolved cooperatively. The paragraph reads, "Thank you for your prompt attention to this matter. I trust that you will take this request seriously, and I look forward to your cooperation in bringing this matter to a respectful resolution." Then the letter ends professionally with, "Sincerely, Sophia Grant." A professional closing leaves the conversation open while reinforcing the seriousness of the issue. Before we finish, here are a few important reminders. Keep your defamation response letter factual, professional, and respectful. Avoid emotional language, insults, or personal attacks, even if you are upset. Clearly identify the statements you believe are false, explain how they have affected you, and specify what you want the recipient to do. If the matter is serious or could lead to legal proceedings, consider seeking advice from a qualified attorney before sending the letter. And that's how you write a professional defamation response letter, step by step. If this video helped you, please like, comment, and subscribe to Writing Tutorials for more practical writing guides and sample documents. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.